Hello everyone, and welcome back to Yogalibrium. Welcome to this evening flow, this yoga at the moon class. Let's get started sitting on our heels at the back of the mat. And just take a moment, as always, to arrive in your space. Shrug your shoulders back, take a deep breath in, and exhale, taking your hands to the tops of your knees and rounding your spine out, tucking your chin to your chest. As you inhale, float the arms up above your head, taking your gaze up towards the sky, and then just gently release the fingertips back to connect to the floor and open up through the heart. Beautiful. Let's take the knees nice and wide here. And extend your hands forward and just allow your forehead to rest on the mat as you take a deep breath in to fill up the back space of your body. Feeling that your hips are relaxing on your heels. And maybe you'll start to shake your head gently from side to side, just noticing any tension in your neck area. Take an inhale, lift yourself up, and then walk yourself over towards the right as you extend your left arm as far as you can, breathing into the left side of your body. Really accentuating this stretch here as much as you can. Deepening your breath. And then lifting back up, walking yourself over to the left, reaching the right fingertips as far as possible. Really feeling that the right sit bone is still dropping down towards the right heel. Breathing into the right side this time. And slowly coming back up and into center. Let's roll ourselves all the way into a tabletop position. Beautiful job. From here, we're going to slowly start to extend ourselves into puppy pose. So keeping your hips over top of your knees, reaching the hands forward in front of you, just like child's pose, but with the hips extended here and the forehead reaching towards the floor. It doesn't matter if your forehead is all the way down or not. Breathe deeply into your shoulders here and find yourself relaxing as much as you can, using this class as an opportunity to let go of your day. And let's bring ourselves back into tabletop, releasing puppy dog pose. And we'll take a few cat-cows here in your own time. You can exhale to round through your spine, pressing the floor away, and inhale, sink the chest down. Just flowing through a few of these. Noticing how your body is feeling. And then wherever you are, finish that up. Tuck your toes, return to neutral, and lift yourself all the way into downward facing dog. You can adjust yourself here however you need. Relax any tension in your neck towards the floor as you release your head. And we'll slowly start to bend into one knee and then the other. Getting a little massage here through your feet. And then return to downward facing dog. Inhale, gazing forward, and very slowly making your way all the way up to the top of the mat. As you arrive, take a deep breath in and lift your chest. And exhale, start to fold forward. Rolling yourself up, inhale, opening through the chest, and exhale, drop your head down. One more time, inhale, lift it up, flatten your back, and exhale, let that go. Beautiful. From here, taking your hands to catch your ankles or behind your calf, or simply allowing the hands to dangle towards the floor. You can have a nice little bend into your knees here. And then we'll take a deep bend into the knees, pour the weight through the feet, and unravel yourself all the way up to standing. And then maybe shrugging your shoulders forward and back a couple of times in both directions. And shaking out your wrists, bring your hands together in front of your heart. Beautiful. Take your feet hip width distance apart on an inhale. We're going to float the arms up towards the sky. Interlace fingers. And now let's lean it over to the left. Breathe deeply into your right rib cage. And then inhale, come back up through center. As you do, pop the right heel, stand on your left leg, and step your right foot back. Keep pressing into your feet. We're going to pivot on the left foot. So the left foot turns to the long edge of the mat, and the right foot turns to the back of your mat. Come into your Trikonasana triangle pose. Make sure you're energizing a little bit here through the feet, and reaching fingertips away from each other. Maybe gazing up towards that top hand. Beautiful. Pivot the right toes in. Take the left hand and reach to the outside of that right ankle, folding over the right leg. And then wiggle your feet towards each other. Take the right arm and see if you can catch anywhere on the left leg. So we're just trying to get a nice deep stretch into the shoulders here, relaxing the head down. If you need to, wiggle the feet really close to each other, bend deeply into the knees, whatever you need to do to make contact with each leg. Nice deep breaths here into the space between your shoulder blades. And then release both hands out in front of you. Pivot back on the right toes. Return to your Trikonasana. Beautiful job. Inhale, come all the way up. Let's reverse. Drop that left arm back and reach the right arm up and over. And then as you inhale, pivot the right toes in and the left toes around to face the top of your mat as you come into a lunge. Reaching the right arm up towards the sky. Bending deeply into that left knee, and then gently release the right leg towards the floor. Finding your low lunge here. We're going to come into lizard pose. So you can plant the hands down to the inside of that left leg. Wiggle the foot out beside you. And see if you can drop down to a prop, to your elbows, whatever is available for you. And as we breathe in this posture, connecting as much as you can to the present moment. As you release any thoughts from your day and prepare yourself to wind down for bed. All right, let's come up out of this posture. I want you to tuck your toes behind you and return to your lunge as you wiggle the left foot all the way over towards the right side of your mat. We're going to start to tuck the right knee underneath the left leg. So you can shift yourself forward and release yourself down onto your sit bones. When you land, you'll have that left ankle over top of the right knee. Taking your right arm to hug your left knee, or to the outside if it's available. Take the left arm behind you and take a twist over that shoulder. And then let's take a counter twist here, releasing and just reaching the left arm as long. Good job. Let's come into fire log pose. So take your right shin parallel to the top side of your mat. And then as best as you can, stack the left foot on top of the right knee. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, bring yourself forward as much as you can. Deep breaths in to fill your lungs. And exhale, let it go. Becoming as still as possible wherever you are. And slowly come on up. Take your hands behind you, gently release your legs. Good, giving them a shake out from side to side. And then cross over your ankles. Extend your legs back, finding your tabletop pose, and then your downward facing dog. And dropping your head. Take a moment here. And take your gaze back forward and slowly return to the top of the mat. Inhale, find length. Exhale to forward fold. Bending into your knees and rounding yourself all the way back up to the top of your mat. Amazing job. Let's switch sides. Ground the feet down, reach the arms up. And this time we'll take that lean over to the right. And breathing deeply into your left side body. Planting through your feet. Inhale, come back up through center and pop the left heel. Step that left foot back. And then we're going to pivot on the right toes to face the long side of the mat. Pivot the left toes around to face the back of your mat and release yourself into Trikonasana on the second side. Left hand reaches for the ankle, right hand reaches for the sky. Finding some gentle energy through the fingertips. And coming up a little bit, pivot the left toes back in. We take that wide-legged fold, this time over the left leg. And keep your right hand where it is. From here, start to wiggle the feet towards each other. And as you do, reach that left arm up and around to catch somewhere on the right leg. And then if you can catch ankles, shins, whatever you have, you're going to slowly wiggle the feet away from each other just until you feel a beautiful stretch here through the shoulders and into the upper back. Release that. Inhale, lift and come up. Pivot the left toes around again. Return to Trikonasana, triangle pose. Inhale. Start to bring yourself up. Let's reverse. The right arm drops. The left arm reaches up and back. Inhale. You're going to start to come back around to face the top of the mat. This time the right knee is bending. You reach the left arm up to the sky. Let's slowly release for our lizard pose. So the left knee is going to connect to the mat. I'm going to bring the arms to the inside of that right leg and start to wiggle the right leg out to the side. Allowing the pelvis to sink nice and heavy. You decide, staying up on the hands or lowering down. Deep breath in whenever you arrive in your pose. Exhale, let it go. And one more deep breath here. And let's slowly press into the hands, come back up. Wiggle that right foot over towards the left side as you extend back out through that left knee. You're going to start to shift the weight forward and cross that knee underneath the right leg. Land on the sit bones, nice and gentle. Right ankle is crossed over top of the left leg. Again, using the left arm to hug the knee, or take it to the outside of the knee if that's available, and take a twist, gazing over your right shoulder. And then take your gaze forward, release, and reach the right arm long in that opposite direction. Nice job. Inhale, come back up, and we'll set up our fire log pose on the second side. So taking the left shin parallel with the top of your mat, this time stacking your right ankle as best as you can over the left knee. Feeling free, of course, to modify in whatever way you need to. Take an inhale when you're ready, and exhale, start to come forward. However this pose looks tonight, it's perfect. You don't need to change anything. You don't need it to be different than it is. Becoming present and accepting right now. Let's slowly come back up. Nice, release the arms behind you. Extend your legs, shake them out from side to side. And then go ahead and lie down on your mat. And from here, hugging your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a gentle hug, rocking from side to side. Releasing your feet towards the floor. Bring the soles of the feet together and allow the knees to open up for reclined diamond pose. You could reach your arms above your head if that's comfortable, and maybe find opposite elbows. And sending your breath here into both your chest and your belly. And gently bringing the knees back together. Take some windshield wiper motions of the knees from side to side. And then extend your legs up towards the ceiling. And you might feel free to stay with the sacrum on the floor if it's available to you and is safe for you. You can extend your hips up off the mat and join me in shoulder stand. Slowly allowing the toes to become heavy as they reach for the ground behind you. If your toes connect to the floor, then you can release and interlace your fingers and extend your arms. If your toes aren't touching yet, keep supporting your low back with your hands. And wherever you are, using the support of your elbows and your hands, gently release the hips back down to the mat. Hug your knees back in towards your chest, maybe folding your forehead to touch. Deep breath in, and exhale, releasing into your Shavasana. Allow yourself to sink into your mat. Allow your body and your mind to be still. Allowing yourself to simply be present here. And thank you so much for joining me for this Yoga at the Moon practice. And feel free to stay here as long as you like. And I'll see you next time on the mat. Namaste.